FreeCAD 1.1 is almost here. If you click on download, you can see that it is now available for public user testing. And I would say this is not another patch. As you can see here, it is the effort made by almost 300 developers and 100 translators over the past year. So it is 1 year of effort, and it only have 2 outstanding release blockers. So the final release is genuinely close. And in this video, I am going to show you exactly what's new, what changed, and whether it is worth downloading right now before the final release even drop. Alright, so let me first of all go back and talk about these important three characters in the end of FreeCAD 1.1, which is RC3. RC3 is not a final stable release. The current stable release is still 1.0.2, and that's what I recommend for any serious ongoing project. RC3 is for the people who are curious and want to explore what's coming. And the good thing is you can install it alongside with your existing FreeCAD. It will not replace your current stable. So if you want to download this, simply go to this link, which is freecad.org, and download. And again, I'm going to also provide you the direct link to reach this page in the description of this video. From there, click on try FreeCAD, and then here you need to look for the version based on your system. So if you are using Linux, you may download this one. For macOS with Apple Silicon chip, this one is the package. For old x86 Intel chip based Mac, they can download this one. And then for this particular machine where I am using Windows, I'm gonna download this package. And I really appreciate the effort made by FreeCAD making it available for all the platform, not just only for Windows. Because when we talk about more popular or widely commercially used 3D CAD software, they only release it for Windows. And actually there is a reason why they don't release it for macOS, because nowadays Mac doesn't come with GPU. So let's say if you are working on a very big project, maybe those software will not perform optimal in macOS. But thanks to FreeCAD, at least it gives you option to try, and maybe not everyone is building too complicated geometry in macOS. Alright, so here is the download. So I need to click here on keep. Now I'm gonna say report this as safe. If you also see this kind of screen, you need to click on this down arrow and then click on keep anyway. So this will download everything. Now you can click on show in folder or can directly run it from here by clicking on open file, and this will start FreeCAD 1.1 setup. Now let's click on next, and installation is quite straightforward. So I'm gonna quickly fast forward it. Now let's run this for the first time. There you go, the typical FreeCAD first time screen where you can select the language, unit system, and the theme. So I think everything looks good. I'm gonna simply click on done. And now let's see what have improved or changed. Okay, so in order to compare and talk about the new feature, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna keep both old FreeCAD and new FreeCAD side by side. And here on the left hand side, this is FreeCAD 1.0.2, and on the right hand side, this is 1.1.0 RC3. And let me actually open it. In the both cases, anyone who have spent time in FreeCAD preferences know how overwhelming it can get. Pages after pages of settings and no easy way to find what you are looking for. But now in case of FreeCAD 1.1, here we have got this search option that help you immediately find out things. For example, if we type navigation here, you can see here immediately it filtered down to only relevant settings. No more clicking through every tab to find out that particular setting. So I would say that's a huge improvement in terms of UI. Now let me talk about feature number 2, which is addition of new camera orbit style. For that, you can go in preferences, and in case of display, navigation, and here in mouse and orbit style, you're gonna see there is an option of rounded arcball and trackball classic, which we do not have in case of FreeCAD 1.0. So what rounded arcball does is It gives you a pure roll rotation when the cursor gets close to screen edge. In older default trackball mode, this used to feel awkward and unintuitive, especially for new users. So let me actually open the same model in both the cases. Now let's talk about the third feature, which is Datum plane enlarge on new sketch. I would say this is small but useful visual improvement in part design. So whenever, let's say, you are in part design and we start to plot a new sketch, planes first of all now can be identified easily. You can clearly see the difference, how it used to look in previous generation versus this upcoming release. They also have kind of made the selection pretty easy compared to previous generation. Also, you can see as soon as I am trying to select the plane start becoming larger compared to the original size. However, when we try to do the same in case of previous generation, you can clearly see if the size of planes are this much, it is not getting larger, as you can see in case of this 1.1 RC3. There is another important feature now being added, especially in case of part design, which is toggle freeze command, now available directly into context menu, which was not available before. Freezing a feature locks it in place temporarily. It is useful when you are working on a complex model and want to isolate one part of your design history without deleting or suppressing the features permanently. Previously, this command was not available directly in part design. You had to go through different route. And let's talk about the next feature, which is related to hole tool. And for that, let me quickly create extrude. And now let's visit the hole tool. Here we can see we have got only following profile available, but with new version 1.1 you can see whitworth threads standards here, for example BSW, BSF, BSP and NPT, which I would say is really a huge upgrade. These are the British and Imperial pipe thread standard that were simply not available before. If you design mechanical parts that use older British standard fasteners or work with pipe thread connection, this is practical addition you will use directly. Now let's talk about the next feature, which is related to transform tool. So let me select this part and make a right click. You can see here the transform tool. Let's click on it. And let's also see the same in case of older version. So I'm gonna do the same here. You can clearly see the difference. Previously we only have option to simply drag it and put the translation and rotation value, but now you can utilize the coordinate system and can put the exact value in terms of U, V and W. That's, I would say, is really a good improvement, especially for anyone doing precise positioning of part or placing component at exact coordinates. This removes a lot of guesswork that came with dragging. Now let's talk about the last feature that I'm gonna talk about in this video, which is joint highlighting. So for that we need to go to assembly mode, and this one is applicable in assembly mode. So whenever we assemble our assembly, now it have received a visual improvement where we can see the joint between the mating part. Whenever you click on a joint in a model tree, the face and edges that joint references are now highlighted directly in 3D view. So that's wrap up this video where we discuss various improvements that FreeCAD 1.1 RC3 came up with. A search bar in preferences, improved camera orbit, the smart datum plane, freeze command in part design, a new whitworth thread support, precise transform inputs, and a better assembly joint visibility. These are the changes that make daily design work feel more smoother. And the final release also is very close. If you are already using FreeCAD, drop a comment down below. Which of these features are you most interested in? And if you are new to this channel, please make sure you subscribe, as in this channel we cover various topics related to engineering. And I will catch you soon with one such another video. Till then, you take care and bye bye.